Hey Sagittarius, we are going to do your reading. So this is a bay leaf I'm burning for you. I'm setting an intention. If you guys have your journal handy and you'd like to add to this intention, go ahead and do that. But if not, and maybe even better, I love when you guys put your intentions in the comments because the videos get circulated thousands and thousands of times all over the world. And so I think it just keeps that energy flowing. So that intention was for health, wealth, always. And then there was something about confidence. It was confidence, but let me just tell you the backstory. It was confidence because you're not seeing things clearly on your value, something like that. It has something to do with, so anyway, that was confidence in knowing your value was also said in that intention. But anyway, write your intuition, write your intention and your manifestation in the comments, and that way it'll just keep circulating with the video. I'm going to start the comments off with an intention for you guys. If you don't want to write your own, you can just put a comment in there, I affirm or yes, and just make sure you're in there, right? And then also, will you please go through and thumbs up everybody else's intention, so that we just keep building the power behind this, okay? All right, so let me just show you pre-shuffle. This is very interesting. So we've got the Ace of Swords. This is truth, clarity, and Page of Wands. But this can't wait. This is how it came out. So it's some sort of truth or possibly a realization or a truth that is, and you're not the only ones that got this. Leo got something like this too, but it's taken a long time for you to hear the truth or hear the truth that came out, something like that. The Justice card, Libran energy, this is all about balance and truth. And then what happens is once this comes out and this is just pre-shuffle, so this may not be the full, may not apply, but once this justice happens or things get balanced out, it looks like you'll be free or it's gonna, oh, look at that. I was about to say for a new beginning, but possibly a return. There it is at the bottom of the deck. Somebody, God, I kind of feel like this is repetitive, but it feels like somebody, or it looks like somebody, is going to see something in a different light, and something that it happened a long time ago. Like it's going to be kind of shocking or surprising that it finally came out, or somebody finally realized something. I'm a little more, I know that's big for some of you, but I'm a little concerned about you guys and your situation right now. So there it is. See, the truth. Some sort of shocking, something that's been in the dark. This is secrets, or it could be deep emotion, but it's something that's been in the dark. And then we've also got the sun, but it's on the moon card. So something shocking is going to happen that's going to, I think, illuminate something, some sort of secret or something. Okay. Something you've been wanting. So manifesting is very strong right now. So make sure you put your manifestations in the comments. Look at that. This Four of Cups could be missed opportunity. But with the Wealth card, what it looks like is you be very careful, because there's a lot of thought and contemplation about money, but there's something going on where you may miss out on something. I hope not. Look at that, the Lovers. Oh my. And here's this again. So a return from the past. You guys, looks like you have a return from the past. Somebody's been enlightened. Somebody that held back and is making a decision. I'm going to clarify that, and I'm going to lay out a tradition, more of a spread. Decision. There's a decision in love that looks like it's been blocked. What's that? What's that? Two of Swords. I'm sorry, Sagittarius. I'm sorry if this sounds negative. I just am worried that you guys may miss out on an opportunity because you're distracted looking at the wrong thing. Are you guys doing maybe there's a need to do a gratitude journal. Somebody may need to detox from social media or even tarot. Maybe you need to take a break from tarot. Too much information. Too much information. TikTok maybe. I don't know. I'm feeling TikTok more than Instagram. You know, sometimes you get sucked. Okay. One moment. I'm feeling oh my gosh, I was just saying justice. There's a need for balance. This is balance, temperance. There is a need for balance. So it may be a case where some of you are just sucked into like a TikTok thing, or counting the views, or counting the new followers. Are they called followers, subscribers, or followers, or comments, or something like that? And it seems like there might be this crazy mad chase. But I think it might be harming you. Make sure if you're sucked into the whole, social media thing, you balance it. You have to have real life. You have to go outside. You have to get sun on your face. I also feel like there's a sense of imposter syndrome, which is not uncommon, especially with social media now. It's where, we're look at other people and other accounts, and we might maybe get a following ourselves or whatever, but we feel like we're faking it. So make sure you're being true to yourself, that you're not just posting stuff that, that's not true to you. Something like that. I don't know. All right, let's look at, okay, yeah. I was going to say, let's look at love. Let's do a love spread. Detox from media. Okay, so it's proven that, the screen time, too much screen time can literally mess with our dopamine levels. And our dopamine is our feel-good drug. It's our feel-good hormone. If you're on your screen late at night and on and off all day, and you feel really sad and down and can't seem to maintain a feeling good, just be aware that dopamine, the screen time and social media and all that, those little bitty highs, those constant highs of getting more views or more follows or whatever, we can get desensitized to true happiness, and it just screws up I don't know all the details. I watch these scientists, Harvard and Stanford and Berkeley scientists, that are discovering so much about this. It's the rate at the science that's coming out is so fast, it's scary, but it's hard for me to keep up with it all. But there are proven studies more and more that the social media thing can be extremely damaging to dopamine levels, and dopamine levels are what control our happiness. Okay, so you may need a detox from social media for a full 30 days, maybe. At least try a day or two. Okay, and don't be afraid to lose the wrong followers. Okay, something like that. Like, you want followers that are truly true to you, and not just trying to, join in on you, trying to get more views or add a band together, something like that. Okay, so we have, jeez, I'm sorry. I'm just going to apologize. This is very scattered energy. So we've got 10 of Wands. It's too many options. I think somebody, and this may not be your reading, please don't get frustrated if it's not. Just click off. I don't want you to stick with it if it's ever frustrating. Somebody is burdened by too much information. I said that before. It won't leave me alone. It's strong. Too much information. Stick to what you're true to. So if you're passion and you're on social media because you want to share motivation, stick with motivation. Don't start friending everybody that's in video games if you're not in video games. Something like that. Stick to your genre, or attracting people that are in the same scenario as you. And be very careful on what you click on, because if you start clicking on stuff that's about, like, I fell into this before, if you start clicking on stuff that's about narcissism or brokenhearted, and that, it's because of the artificial intelligence, that stuff is just going to start slamming you, swamping you. And then guess what? Guess what happens to your spirit and your spirit? Your positive energy. It's because what happens is you're bringing in all, yeah, it's gonna crash. Okay, wow, you guys, let's see if we can get a, let's do it, let's start over. Okay, but I do feel like that needed to be said. Okay, let's go ahead and do a love spread. I love you guys. Please put your manifestation in the comments. Hermit and Hangman. You guys got to get some sun on your face. Somebody is just not getting outside. It's very difficult to be depressed when you have sun on your face every day, okay? It feels like somebody's shutting down because of isolation or just too much information, overwhelmment. Let's look at love. What's going on with love for Sag? Jesus, reading, I do not want to post it. Sadness or death, ending. That's you. Overall is Four of Pentacles. And somebody, your outside energy is an Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning. So here's what, options again. Keep your options open. Here's what I keeps coming to mind, not seriously clear, but pretty clear, or just kind of nagging at me, is we all go through these ups and downs. Nobody's immune to it. Okay, remember, you've got these different pillars of your life. You've got work, you've got home life, you've got health, and you've got relationships, and you know, whatever your pillars are, and hobbies. Well, if you're suffering in one area, don't neglect the others, because that's how you can, over those other areas will help carry you through when one is suffering. All right. And that's one thing about the Queen of Swords that I love, is that she's able to compartmentalize and not let every area of her life suffer because she's hurting, because she's in a breakup. She still can focus. She can compartmentalize and put that aside while she's working on work or while she's at the gym. And sometimes actually you can use it to fuel your passion for getting healthy or helping others. But there's just a strong need to say, you are who you are. You are not faking. You are a real person. You have real value. You don't have to fake it. And you're better off being true to yourself and your true goals. But social media or some kind of other influence that's fast-paced can throw you off. So let's just make sure we get that, and I'll get away from that message, okay? Why do we have the Death card here for Sag? Ooh, apology, maybe. Ooh, Empress. So whatever... Oh, man. So there's an ending, but you definitely have, looks like an apology from possibly a divine counterpart. The Empress is, could be Libra, could be divine counterpart, or it also symbolizes a need for self-love. And again, I feel like maybe you guys have let that slide a little bit. Your self-love. Remember, whatever you're craving from someone else is a mirror reflection of what that you are not giving yourself. So if you're craving attention, you're probably not giving yourself enough attention. If you're craving praise or love, that all starts with you. And I'll tell you what, it certainly doesn't start with, just strictly online friends, okay? Gotta have balance. What's this Four of Pentacles? Oh, what I was going to say is, it seems like sometimes, everybody has trials and tribulations, but some people will fall into like a really bad place where they don't take care of themselves, and they don't, they get unhealthy or unmotivated or whatever. And And then when the person comes back or should come back, it throws that off because the person doesn't come back because you're not feeling your best and confident and looking great and just, you know what I mean? So try picturing yourself as your future self, the person you want to be, walking like that. How would that person walk? How would that person talk? How would that person dress? Okay, and carry that out. I'm also feeling that somebody might benefit from watching Lisa Nichols. She's very positive. She's a very amazing success story. Like, she couldn't afford diapers for her baby. I'm gonna cry when I always cry when I watch her. Sorry, so emotional. Hold on. She couldn't afford diapers. She had to literally put her baby in a towel. My camera said 555 when I said that, which is, adversity. But she's a mega millionaire now, and she did it by helping other people. And she just, her big thing is that I will never forget is she says, I am not going to take up real estate in this place of poverty or sadness. And she's like, I know where I am. She knew where she was, but she was like, I am never going to be here again. This is as bad as it's going to get. I'm sorry if this is a negative for some of you. But it is just Lisa Nichols, if you need some inspiration, okay? Lisa Nichols. This reading. All right. But we have happiness here. Look at this. The Magician. I'm embarrassed. Okay. The Magician, the Sun. So you create your happiness, right? You do. And let it build slowly with this Knight of Pentacles. It comes slowly. It doesn't have to be overnight. Sometimes the overnight successes don't stick. They're not as stable, right? Okay, so Four of Pentacles is fear of lack, fear of not having enough. So you got an Ace of Pentacles and an Ace of Wands, super strong reading. Underneath it is the Wheel of Fortune. There's that Queen of Swords that I was just telling you about. Five of Pentacles, sadness. So don't let what's going on, if something's going negative in one area, don't let it affect the other area. You guys might be in a twin flame. So check out my twin flame readings, extendeds down below if you haven't. They're very detailed. They are timeless. I haven't done any lately. I need to do more, but they're my best readings ever. So I still highly recommend those. But here we have Emperor, Empress, the divine counterpart. But why am I getting so many pentacles? Why am I feeling pentacles? I think you're going to have a shocking return. But there's a strong need for clarity. Let me grab another deck. Why do we have Emperor, Empress? There's an attachment. Somebody's not letting go. That's the second time we've had it. That's the Devil card. So there's the divine masculine that I think there it is again. Look at this. Okay, wow. A return. Okay, that was the Death card. So there was an ending again. Sorry for that little tangent. But somebody, it was overwhelming. So you guys let me know if it helped you, hopefully. So first we had the Devil card. So an attachment by what? By an Emperor, a divine masculine, most likely, isn't letting go. This also could be these two together sometimes indicate like a control issue, like somebody controlling. But I'm not really feeling that across the board. This is a return, a second chance. This is destiny. And somebody may have moved away or there's travel involved, but there's a decision here. Look at all these major arcana. Did you see that? The last card, all these last 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. Major arcana. Every card from that deck. So the Judgment card, return, second chances, rising up from the ashes. That is your message, Sagittarius. If you are down in blue or struggling, there's a really strong message here to detox from social media, maybe from tarot. You may need to take a break from tarot to reset your energy. But there's a major message here to detox because you got something major coming. And I just would hate for you guys to miss out. This is Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, and the Lovers. Wow. Let me grab a money back. Whoops. Don't know what that was. Something fell. What's going on with Sag's money? I mean, this is so much. Look at that. Oh, why am I going to sneeze? I'm like on the verge of a sneeze. The Magician again. This is about creating the Chariot, forward motion. You've got to create your future. Things can be all destined and laid out, but you know, God gave us freedom of choice. We have free will. It can't come, unless you're a perfect manifester and have no doubts, meaning you're not really tapped into anything of this world in the 3D, it's not likely that you're going to manifest a ton of money and eternal happiness without taking action. You have to take action. And maybe there's a need to ask yourself if you're taking the right action. Maybe there's a discrepancy on what action is benefiting you. If watching your views and the whole, I don't know, I've got a kind of a weird vibe about TikTok right now. Like the whole thing about as soon as your views stop or you start losing people or whatever, that you gotta freaking post something right away. There's really no rhyme or reason to that algorithm. Sometimes people will post 3 videos a day for a month or whatever months, and then they won't post for a week, and then they'll go viral. Just don't get stuck in that trap. Do stay true to you, and make sure you ask yourself. I'm going to pull some advice, but make sure you ask yourself if the time that you're spending, there you go, your inner knowing, is the time you're spending balanced? Is it well spent? Because you don't. 7 of Wands. Let me see. Let me grab a different deck because I want to see something. You guys, I love you. Put your comment, put your manifestations. I will double down and thumbs up and try to add power to every single manifestation you guys put in the comments. And then please help each other out and thumbs up and, you know, go through everybody else's manifestations so we can just make this big, powerful machine. This is stability. Oh, there he is again. Wow, this is crazy. Emperor again. You guys have a return, I think, from somebody that's going to be stable. There's going to be a very stable new beginning. I just heard Stairway to Heaven. Is that song significant for someone? Stairway to Heaven? I didn't hear it. I don't hear things. I just feel it. Stairway to Heaven. The Hierophant, this is also advice. The Hierophant is truth, ethics, clarity. When when it comes to being overwhelmed with too much information, remember that sometimes it's better to, we can feed our minds all this stuff from, social media, and sometimes it's too much and we just got to go back to basics and keep it simple. There's that Wheel of Fortune. I mean, you've got major success coming, opportunity for success, but this is letting it grow slow. 7 of Pentacles. So see, the roots are planted. When you plant something, if you watch it to see every day if it's going to sprout or, poke up, it takes forever. So just plant the seeds and then don't keep watching. But the Wheel of Fortune and Destiny, you've got money coming, but I just don't want you guys to get trapped in something, or maybe you need to readjust. And don't beat yourself up, Sag, okay? Cupid's arrow strikes. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. So look at that, all the different aspects. So make sure you balance your time and energy well. Okay. One more. I love reading y'all's affirmations too and your manifestations. Sometimes, I've been really into reading those lately. I'm trying to read every single one and thumbs up and, just affirm every single one. But I'm getting so many ideas, from you guys and those affirmations. I'm like, yeah, I want that too. I want that too. So, it's helpful to read other people's. So, flexible and building blocks. Let's see. Teachable, open-mindedness, adaptability without compromising what's important. We said that. That was one of the strong messages in the beginning. Don't compromise what's important, just chasing views or followers, something like that, or friendships maybe. Apply it where it applies. Oh my gosh. I love tarot. Look at this. It says, the tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet its branches can bend in a hurricane, whereas a rigid structure like a building would come crashing down. Consider how the tree remains supple and secure when everything around it may be in shambles. This is how you need to be now, willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. Common sense is important, but so is an open mind. So stay curious, stay open, stay aware. At this point, others will be flexible with you too. Okay, I want to say it again. Lisa Nichols, if you guys needs like a motivational speech, I adore her. You might cry watching her. She's amazing. So that's one thing. And the other thing is just balance yourself out with if you're on your screen time. Screen time after 11 is proven to interrupt dopamine and sleep hormones, which are necessary to produce dopamine. So there's something big time about too much information, stepping back, and giving it time. Stop trying to overnight success, something like that. You've got the work, you've got the power and the ability, and you are not faking it. So the whole imposter syndrome, know that happens. So, but that doesn't mean it's true. Just keep going, focus, take a break maybe from somebody's chasing something that just shouldn't be chased, and it's taking them away from, where their mind and energy should be. All right. This was really scattered. I apologize. I love you guys. I will see you in the comments, thumbs and affirming all your manifestations and intentions. All right. Let me know also, because this was a tough reading. Love you guys. Bye, Sad.